Well, Cancer, welcome again. It's August already, 2014. I'm Dadhichi from astrology.com.au with your monthly synopsis. And I'm pretty excited about the fact that, when a major transit occurs, it has an impact on all of us. And for you particularly, this is a significant transit. I'm talking about Jupiter moving to your second sector of finance. This happens once every 12 years. Now, it's interesting, there's a couple of factors here I want to talk about because we can't simply isolate one or two of these planets. Whilst you've got a really, really great opportunity here with Jupiter in your finance sector, indicating enhanced earnings over the next year or so, along with also the Sun there now, Mercury, we do see that Venus in your Sun sign, up until the 12th, is really in a tense state with the planet Uranus in your career sector, with what we call the South Node, which is the karmic distributor, or rather the karmic storehouse, which is ready to give to the North Node the distribution of your karma. What I see here is that you're probably trying a little bit hard, trying to adapt, and maybe not doing that good a job. If you're trying to keep up with everyone else, that's not going to work for you. And really, you don't need it to work for you. The fact is, if you simply rely on Jupiter and some of these other planets in your finance sector to do the work for you, I'd suggest you just relax back into who you are. Just be yourself during this period, especially for the first couple of weeks of the month. By trying too hard, you could find yourself really out of your depth, maybe with people you don't feel comfortable with, people that are going to challenge you, and relationships that you try to forge under these transits may be short-lived. On the other hand, we see that after the 12th, this position of Venus moves out of that right angle, moves into another right angle, the right angle of Mars, and then to Saturn over the coming weeks. Now that's a slightly different animal, if I could put it that way, celestially speaking. The Venus and Mars square is one of passion, one of intensity. Now the squares can sometimes work for you. A lot of people get a bit afraid. Oh, this is challenging, it's terrible. Well, it's not necessarily terrible. Challenge simply means that if you're of the right mindset, you can actually make this work for you in a very, very positive way. And I think if we look further ahead there to the 16th, just around the middle of the month, we see Mercury moving into the third sector of communication, third sector of contractual arrangement. So this is when you can negotiate your way into something much more fortuitous, much more lucrative for yourself during this period of the year. Again, that's fortified by the transit of the Sun into the same sector, the sector of contracts, and that's relatively free of any of these hard aspects. So I'll be saying if you do need any sort of special meeting with your boss, any new contract that you're looking at, that's the time to do it. And I think you'll be able to do it with quite a bit of a positive outcome. On the 26th, there's a new moon. This occurs in the sign of Virgo. Again, that is precisely the same position that we're talking about here. The new moon does release a lot of positive energy, and of course it has to do with the replenishment of your energies, the commencement of new things, new beginnings basically. So when we continue along that theme that I'm just talking about, which is contracts, negotiations, communication studies, even short journeys, any of those sort of things that are governed by this sector of the zodiac should do quite well. Of course, don't expect everything to happen on the 26th. I'm saying that that's an energy that is released, and if you can manage that properly, then you can start to see very, very positive benefits, especially having Jupiter there in the second house, which does, to me, indicate a very, very good, slow, steady, stable, and continuing resource for you. But use that well, don't blow it. We do see some frustrations there around the same time in the sign of Scorpio. Of course, Saturn's been there, and I've talked about this, inhibiting your relationships for some time. We now see the friendly planet Mars, having just moved into this sector, into its own sign, normally being quite good, but probably coming to a screeching halt because it's going to come into conjunction on that date, the 26th, with Saturn. That's very devitalizing. That can cause a lot of problems in your love affairs. It can show some constriction in your creative energies as well. So around that time leading up to it, probably around the, I'd say the 18th to the 26th, don't expect too much from yourself, nor from other people. Just work with these energies, Cancer, and then you'll find that when that conjunction passes, after the 26th, 27th, 28th, you're going to feel a sigh of relief, and that's when you can tackle some of these issues that are not really well handled under those transits. There's a lot more I can tell you about this. You should really be coming to my website, astrology.com.au. We have a daily reading there, an even deeper analysis of the month in question, and even the yearly forecast, so you can get all of this in the context of what's happening in the longer term. Hope to see you here next month. Till then, have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.